Professor. This is my final presentation for my storefront application. So let's get started. Talking about functionality here, the storefront application facilitates the purchase management of products. It supports purchasing, canceling purchases, viewing the inventory, cart management, and checkout functionality. It provides an administrative side where you can add and remove products as an admin. And it implements multi-threading for efficient inventory loading and saving. So since we're talking about the functionality, let's look at the functionality, and then we'll carry on with the rest of the presentation. So we can run it here, and we have a menu that gives us some choices. We can go 1 through 5, and 0 is checkout. So to purchase a product, you have to push number 1. So let's purchase a sword. We want to purchase one. Sword is $50. So what else do we want to do? We want to purchase soap. Oops, just one. Air handling. We need more of that. Some soap. One. And let's look at our shopping cart. That would be number 4. Got it. Okay, so we have 1 soap and 1 sword, and that totals $52.49. Let's see if we can remove one of them. Let's see. Let's cancel a purchase. 2. We're going to cancel the soap. Just 1, because that's all we got. Okay, now let's view our cart contents. I think it was number 4. So now we have 1 sword in there. Let's go ahead and check out. All right. So now that we've checked out, our application is finished. After you check out, there is an updated inventory, if you can see it right here. And it should show us with 1 less of the sword than we started with. Get out of here. Okay. Yep. Quantity purchase 1 has been purchased. We started with 9, and they were $50 a piece. So there we go. Works. All right, so let's carry on with the presentation. So here's some examples of the functionality. One of those is loading the JSON file and initializing the file. Another is this piece of the code where the user can interact with it to make purchases, where it's entering the quantity, as we just saw. So here are the goals and the design choices. So the overall goal was to create a user-friendly, efficient, and extendable storefront and inventory management application with the requirements given. I'll say that. Because with the requirements given, we don't have a GUI, which I totally would have added if this were for a real customer, right? There would have been a lot more to it. But in this case, the use of modular and object-oriented code allowed for easy extension and maintenance of the code. It really helps with debugging. It helps with adding in new pieces. So as we were going along each milestone, it's object-oriented programming is obviously what you want to choose if you're going to be putting pieces together. So implementing multi-threading to handle the inventory tasks, utilizing JSON for inventory data and storage. Definitely not something that I would continue to use in the future, but we can talk about that later. Implementation of separate administration and storefront modules to segregate functionalities and improve security. All right, so here are some of those choices in the code. So here's part of that where we're using saleable product, and then we're implementing this comparable, and we're adding, all these different chunks together just to get the code. And here's an implementation of multi-threading right here with thread. So challenges, there were a lot of challenges. Hopefully, as I continue to use Java, they'll smooth themselves out. But managing concurrent tasks for inventory loading and saving operations, using that, just getting the JSON library into this program was kind of difficult. It took a little bit of research. Ensuring data integrity and consistency across different modules and threads. You gotta be really careful about that. Designing a flexible and extendable architecture, as we kind of talked about earlier with functionality, and debugging and resolving complex multi-threading and synchronization issues. So here's some examples of challenges. So designing that extendable architecture, being able to call in, storefront, inventory, saleable product, shopping cart, all of them are like right here in this little chunk. Then handling concurrency issues. This is obnoxious. So handling concurrency issues by using synchronized, also a challenge. So pending bugs or issues, I don't think I currently have any pending bugs. Issues would be, I would consider this error handling an issue, because if you type in the wrong number, like if it asks you for the number of the menu button you want to press, 1 through 4 or 0, or 1 through 5 or 0, and you type in a word, it breaks. So definitely needs a lot more error handling put in this code. Enhancements though, so instead of actual bugs or issues, I went ahead and put in some things that I would like to add in the future if this was something that I was going to continue to work on. A GUI, definitely, because command line is not user friendly, especially for the masses. For other computer nerds like us, it's easy, but for other people out there, it's not. Especially if we're thinking about our customers who are using swords and armor and things like that. Like, they're not going to be computer savvy. So performance optimizations, the application loads and saves the inventory into a JSON file, also very not user-friendly. And then having to add a payload, not user-friendly. So for even on the admin side, we can make this a lot more user-friendly by using a database of sorts and not a JSON file. Definitely need some logging so that we can see who's adding what and when it's coming in and out of our inventory. And enhanced sorting and filtering, a lot like Amazon. We'd want to see something more where we can filter it by alphabet, by price, by product. So, all right. So here's some things that I learned and things that I can use for the future. Modular design, going to continue to use that. I use it at work already. I'm not going to stop doing that. It's definitely a best practice in this case. So I'm trying to get myself out of the way. Whatever. I don't know why it says online reality shows. Just cover that up. Multi-threading. Effective use of multi-threading can significantly improve the application responsiveness and performance. AKA can make it a lot faster. It won't get stuck on you. Data serialization. Proficient use of serialization techniques like JSON aids in seamless data storage and retrieval. That could also be better though, right? JSON's great for a lot of things. Maybe not for this. Or maybe we need to add something up front, like a better front end situation. So effective testing, incorporating JUnit tests, that's amazing. I don't have something like that in Python that I know of. So I really like the unit testing. That's pretty great. User interaction, creating intuitive and clear user interfaces is crucial for the user experience. I would love to learn more about the user experience side of things. So learning examples, here's some things that I learned. Here's the JUnit testing. You can see where I'm testing the add product. Over here, example implementation. So you can see where I'm implementing JSON serialization. Whoops, the JSON files. This is where it's being deserialized, but you can see the object mapper there. And in conclusion, the storefront application that we built is a comprehensive, although not user-friendly solution. It definitely covers all of its bases. It employs advanced features like multi-threading, JSON serialization, modular design, and comprehensive testing. And the things that I learned from this project definitely serve as a valuable foundation for the rest of my developing, my software engineering, to help me make user-friendly applications in the future. I'll probably use this as like a blueprint for a lot of things. Like, okay, start with this, then add this, then add this. So this was really great. And that's the end. Thanks for listening. How do I turn it off?